Okay, so this is a little maintenance section on how to change the oil in your chamber style vacuum packers. I chose the Sammic 204T here just because it's representative of almost all the vacuum packers on the planet. You always have some kind of drain plug and you always have some kind of fill plug. Generally, if I'm changing the oil in one of these machines, I'll remove the fill plug first so that you can get air down through the whole system. Most of the machines come with their own Allen wrench so that you can unscrew the plugs on these little guys. And then all you have to do is undo the bottom one for draining the oil. So I take that one out and then do the bottom one. And generally you'll find the bottom ones are a little more stubborn for some reason. And once you start to pull this out, the oil is going to pour down, and you can either let it pour on your shoes, or a lot of times I find these little 8x8 baking pans pretty handy. So I just put it up underneath here and undo the bottom plug and let the oil drain out into it. Now, ideally, you should probably change your oil in these machines at a minimum of every 6 months. Some people let them go for years. What kind of spurred this on was the other day somebody had given me a machine that they hadn't changed the oil in for several years, and I had to take the pump all the way apart because the amount of crud that was inside it was a little overwhelming. I might be able to send you pictures of that if you're interested, but basically the more often you change your oil, the longer your pump's going to last. If you change it every 3 to 6 months or every 3,000 bags, kind of whichever comes first, is a good rule of thumb. But it's real simple to do. You just drain out the existing oil, and these little pumps don't take very much oil at all. There's only about 2 or 3 ounces in there, maybe 4. Put the drain plug back in, and then I have a little pump bottle, but most all these machines come with some kind of fill bottle that you can use to fill the pump up. I happen to have this old pump bottle that I've always used, and I just find it a little more convenient because I end up doing quite a lot of this. And then when you're looking at filling up the pump, make sure that it's safe. Usually you have guidelines, a minimum and a maximum. I like to kind of stay about halfway in between there. But it's always very important to keep your oil nice and fresh. It adds to the longevity of your pump. Put the fill plug back in, and that's all it takes to change the oil. Tighten them up and you're good to go. Weights of it that I use, one for these real small 3, 4, and 6 meter pumps. When you start getting into the bigger pumps, the 10 and 20 meter pumps, then we use a little bit thicker oil, which is an HO-1. And we do sell that either in quarts or we sell it in either 6-ounce packets, which is mostly what these little ones take, or we sell it in gallons for the bigger machines.